Hi CC families. This is a video to review the tin whistle practice parts of our music for weeks 7 to 9. And so I'm going to review the parts of the tin whistle first. This is the tin whistle. This is the barrel of the tin whistle, and the mouthpiece is at the top. The fipple is the little hole that's cut into it, and you have the finger holes, 6 of them, here in the whistle itself. The tin whistle plays a certain set of the notes we can read on the staff. Okay, and this is a chart to show you which notes this tin whistle can play. The tin whistles that we use are in the key of D, so they can play the notes of the D scale. This means that we can play starting on D, which, if you remember, the bottom line on the treble staff is E. Okay, that's right here. And the tin whistle actually can start one note below that. This little D that sits below the staff is the lowest note if we cover all 6 holes on our tin whistle. And then we can play an E. And then because we're in the key of F, we actually put this little symbol, or in the key of D, we put this little symbol next to an F for F sharp. We haven't talked about sharps and flats just yet, but just know that it's not exactly an F. It's a little higher than an F. And that's the next pitch. And then we can play G, A, B, and then C again has a sharp. And that's if we cover none of the holes. That's a C sharp. And then D, we cover all the holes again, and we blow a little harder and get that next a higher note, a higher D, when we blow a little bit harder. So, so far in our class, we have just learned the notes B, A, and G. And you can see on here that that's B is when we cover 1 finger hole, A is when we cover 2 finger holes, and G is when we cover 3 of our finger holes. Okay, so we can see that corresponds to the B on the staff, the A with the 2 fingers, and the G with the 3. And so I'm going to review that now on the actual whistle. So left hand, right? So I'm going to turn and face like you. My left hand is over here. Okay, it makes an L when I look at it with my finger and my thumb. It makes an L. That's my left hand, and I'm going to put my left thumb on the back of the whistle, and I have a little green sticker at the top to remind me where my left thumb should be. And then my left pointer finger covers the first hole right here, and if I blow gently, that's a B. You can review on here that 1 finger gives us a B. Okay. If I add a finger and cover 2 holes, that's an A. So I'm going to do that. So I have 1 hole covered. Can you see my holes? If I add another finger and I keep my pointer finger down, so now I'm covering 2 holes. I'm using 2 fingers, and that will give me my A. So I'm going to play a B and then an A. And I can add my 3rd finger over the 3rd hole for a G. Right? And I have a measure of music here that uses those notes. It's the beginning of Mary Had a Little Lamb. It only uses those 3 notes actually in the whole song. So I can start over here. I have my treble clef. I'm in 4/4 time, so I know I get 4 beats to a measure. So this is 1 measure. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarter notes to a measure. And I can look here and say, wow, that's on the 3rd line. E, F, G, A, B. I have them labeled here too, so we can see them quickly. But that's a B. And then just below that, the next note is on the space, that's A. The next one is just below that, it's a G. And then an A at the end of the measure. So I'm going to play that on my tin whistle. So I start with just 1 hole covered for my B, and I'll play B, A, G, and then lift my 3rd finger back for the A. Right? And I can play the whole song just with those 3 notes, okay? And I'll play it. wanted to go a little flat there at the end. So we can use that combination of notes to play a whole song, just using those, which is kind of fun. So review the parts of your whistle, right? The barrel, the mouthpiece, the fipple, and the finger holes. And the notes that we can play are, when we have all 6 covered, that's a low D. And if I blow a little harder, I can do the high D. And between there is the D scale. I'll just let you hear what that sounds like to start with a low D and go right up the scale. Right? So if you want to try to practice all of those notes, you can. But for our class, so far we've done B, A, G, and that's what we have learned. So happy practicing. I'm going to play our notes one more time, B, A, G. If you have your whistle, put it in your mouth right now and cover your first hole. And we'll play B, A, G together. Ready? Great job.